So we'll continue with magnetism today. Okay. So let's take a slide. I think we can start with question number F. Karo, try karo. Find net magnetic field intensity at point P. Try करिए. एक एलिमेंट लेते रहो. Take one element at one time. Start with this element first, then this element, and then this element. Element wise करके देखो. जैसे अगर फर्स्ट एलिमेंट देखते हैं, लेट्स सी द फर्स्ट एलिमेंट फर्स्ट. एलिमेंट नंबर 1. Now the formula is क्या है? Either you can take sine or you can take cos. वो डिपेंड करता है. ठीक. Now what will be r in this case? R तो ये हो जाएगा ना. And alpha and beta करो, सॉल्व करो. लास्ट टाइम जो मैंने फॉर्मूला बताया था, I took cos in that, right? क्यों लिया था हमने cos? ये जो this perpendicular distance was r, I think इसको हमने alpha लिया था और इसको, तो फिर इसको you can use if you want to take these angles, then take cos alpha plus cos beta. If you want to take these angles, then it will be sin alpha plus sin beta. आप पे डिपेंड करता है. एक चीज पकड़ लो कोई, जैसे cos का तो cos का ही करते हैं. ये एंगल कितना? This angle will be. So because of element 1, B1 will be equal to V0 upon I by D. Cos 90 कितना होता है? So B1 will be mu naught I by 4 pi D into 1 by root 2. You also have to see the direction. I told you last time that if you want to calculate the direction of magnetic field at this point, observer को यहाँ बिठा दो और ये देखो the direction of current. The sense is clockwise or anti-clockwise. Since this is this is clockwise, minus k cap. Part 2 का करो. What happens to part 2? ये part 2 हो गया. This point is P. This angle will be, and this angle will be, and the distance again will be same result. And if I ask the observer to sit here, the direction is again clockwise. So actually B1 is equal to now the third case is you need these two angles. Both will be tick. So it will be I by D रहेगा ना. ये है ना perpendicular distance. कौन सा? नहीं, ये होगा perpendicular distance. So it will not be D. Instead it will be into ठीक है. And what will be the sense of direction? Clockwise, anti-clockwise? So the net B at P will be ठीक है. Looks perfect. Next question देखो. Try question number G now. ये जो दोनों डॉटेड दिखाए ना, they are all infinitely current carrying conductors. मतलब right hand side पर infinite current carrying conductor है. Angle is theta by 2, theta by 2. ठीक है. Step 1. जिस पॉइंट पर आपको B निकालना है, from there you need to drop a perpendicular on the current carrying. So this angle is theta by 2, and what will be this angle? ये दिस इज इनफाइनाइटली लॉन्ग, तो एंगल कितना हो जाएगा? 0. दिस विल ठीक है, ये डिस्टेंस हमने ले लिया r. ठीक है, करो सॉल्व करो. ये डिस्टेंस भी गिवन है ना, d. है ना जी. सो r विल बी, तो आपका फॉर्मूला म्यू नॉट अपॉन इनटू इसको सिंप्लीफाई कर लो. है साइन तब लेते, मैंने बताया ना, वो डिपेंड करता है कहां से तूने एंगल मेजर किया. जो सपोज ये परपेंडिकुलर है, ये आर है. कॉस तब लेते हैं जब ये वाले एंगल्स लेते हैं, और साइन तब लेते हैं जब ये वाले एंगल्स लेते हैं. तो हम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं कॉस के साथ. ये कितना हो जाएगा? सॉल्व करो उसको. I think we can simplify this. What is 1 plus cos theta by 2? So this becomes, इसको क्या लिख सकते हैं? कितना हो गया ये? ठीक है ना. अब डायरेक्शन चेक कर लेते हैं इसकी. क्लॉकवाइज, एंटी क्लॉकवाइज? क्लॉकवाइज. अच्छा, डायरेक्शन में ये ले रखी है, ठीक है. तो के कैप हो गया. अच्छा, सिमिलर रिजल्ट इससे आएगा, और डायरेक्शन भी, तो इनटू ठीक है. एक क्वेश्चन लिखो. along straight wire carrying current 10 amperes is placed along y-axis. Find magnetic field intensity at point 3, 2, 4. At point 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters. क्या आंसर आ रहा है? It's a infinite long current carrying conductor. That's one. Two, it is along y-axis. और point क्या लिया इसने? Comma. Perfect. Now, for infinite current carrying conductor, the answer is mu naught upon 2 pi I by r. ये होता है ना? What will be the value of r here? Since it is along y-axis, and I need to drop a perpendicular from that point on y-axis, तो मुझे ये लेना पड़ेगा और ये लेना पड़ेगा. ये अगर y-axis है, ठीक है, इसको x ले लेते हैं, इसको y-axis ले लेते हैं और इसको z-axis ले लेते हैं. अब मेरा पॉइंट कहीं यहां पर है, मुझे इस पर परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉप करना है ना, तो ये प्लेन कौन सा हुआ? xz प्लेन. xz प्लेन के अंदर x और z वाले ही टर्म्स आएंगे, यस और नो? अच्छा, और x और z they are perpendicular to each other and also perpendicular to y-axis. Very good. So my r is going to be 9 plus 16 whole to the power, which will be, now what is the value of mu naught by 4 pi? So it will be 10 to the power minus 7 or into 2 into 10 into 5 ये क्वेश्चन इस तरह से सॉल्व होगा. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड लगा लेते हैं. इसको छोड़ सकते हैं. अब from straight current carrying conductors we move on to circular current carrying conductors. ठीक है. Now if I have a circular current carrying conductor, the radius is r. What is the value of electric field, magnetic field intensity at the center? Mu naught upon, पक्का 4 होता है. Can you derive this? निकाल derive कर सकते हैं उसको? करना जरा. Use basic Biot-Savart law. Mu naught upon 4 pi I. करके दिखाओ जरा, करके दिखाओ जल्दी से. स्टार्ट हो गया पीछे. कितना आ रहा है? mu naught upon 2 I by r ही आ रहा है ना भाई. Ideal cross r. Now ideal and r will always be perpendicular, so it will become ideal into r upon r square. कितना आ गया? mu naught upon 2 I by r. अगेन द सेम थिंग, डायरेक्शन निकालने के लिए ऑब्जर्वर को बिठाओ, डायरेक्शन इज क्लॉकवाइज in this case. Perfect. Now let's go step by step. Let's start with part A. ये तो डायरेक्टली हो रहा है ना? What will be the magnetic field due to this current carrying conductor at this point? Perfect. With respect to this, और ये क्या है? So it will be mu naught upon 4 I by R, and the sense of direction is clockwise, so it will be minus K cap. Perfect. Second question देखते हैं. करो 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 जल्दी से. Speed up, speed up. Done. एलिमेंट 1 की वजह से. वेरी गुड. प्लस माइनस एंटी क्लॉकवाइज. सेकेंड V3 सेम एज, तीन को ऐड कर देंगे. कितना आंसर आता है? म्यू नॉट अपॉन, कोई बात. किसमें किसमें ये भी तो इन सेमी इनफाइनाइट कैरिंग कंडक्टर है. कहाँ लगाया? ये म्यू नॉट अपॉन 4 I by R. ठीक है ना? कितना है? ऐड करके बताओ. कुछ ऐसे हो गए ना. ठीक है. केस सी, लेट्स चेक विद केस सी. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन सी एंड बी? ये यहां नहीं है, ऐसे है. व्हाट विल हैपन? इसकी वजह से तो बेसिकली दिस विल बिकम, सो यहां पर हमारा आ जाएगा पार्ट डी. सही बात है. ये दोनों तो जीरो जाएंगे, इनका रेडियस का फिर फर्क हो जाएगा. तो अगर ऐसे जा रहा है ये, सो इट इज क्लॉकवाइज, माइनस के कैप, इसके अंदर R2 आएगा और इसके अंदर परफेक्ट. परफेक्ट ना. चलो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. स्टेट करो. करते जाओ आप लोग, करते जाओ. Current. Oh, yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can. What? Speak up again. Be a bit louder. थोड़ा जोर से बोलो. We will go there later on. That is Earth's magnetism and magnetism. I understood your point. We'll go on this later on. I understood. I'll give you a hint. What do you do when you place an electric dipole in an external electric field? It experiences torque, and the value of torque is P cross E. Similarly, when you place a magnetic dipole, so it will be M cross B. It's M cross B. The magnetic dipole moment cross the external magnetic field. Okay? सुनाई नहीं दे रहा इसको. करो करो आप लोग करो. डन. नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट मारते जाओ. स्लाइड दिखा दो, स्लाइड. नेक्स्ट करो. एफ जी एच सब करो. हो रहा है ना. Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, I can hear you. Yes. Yes, I can hear you. Speak up. I can hear you. इसको बाद में लाते हैं. There's some problem there. चलो आगे बढ़ो. स्लाइड्स जी शुरू करें. ये हो गया. The sense of magnetic field will be opposite. For this it will be clockwise, for this it will be, इधर आ जाओ, this will behave as infinite current carrying conductor. This is, इसमें और इसमें कोई फर्क है क्या? हाँ, इसमें क्या होगा? करेक्ट, ये दिस परफेक्ट. ये व्हाट अबाउट दिस? पहले किसका निकालोगे आप? इतने पोर्शन का, सिर्फ ऊपर वाले का पूरा लेना चाहते हो तो बेसिकली यू विल टेक दिस कंप्लीट एंगल, इसकी वजह से निकालेंगे और इसकी वजह से, एंड दिस विल बिहेव एज सेमी इनफाइनाइट करंट कैरिंग. व्हाट अबाउट दिस? इस वी विल कैलकुलेट बी फॉर दिस, एंड इसके लिए रेडियस होगा और उसके लिए रेडियस इन टर्म्स ऑफ थीटा. क्लियर है ना? बिल्कुल. ये चलो, now suppose I give you a question, करना जरा. Suppose the question is like this. This is y-axis and this is x-axis. ठीक है? I am placing two conductors. The conductors are placed perpendicular to y-axis, and the sense of current is in this direction. Dot represents current coming out. ठीक? Coordinates ले लेते हैं, current दोनों का I ले लेते हैं. Let's take this coordinate as 0, a, and this as 0, minus a. Symmetrically placed. I take another point P here, and the distance, say, is x. I want you to tell me what will be the net magnetic field at point P due to these two current carrying conductors. Try करो. Now, अभी तक जो कंडक्टर्स हमने लिए वो हमने प्लेन के अंदर लिए, राइट? दिस इज फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन वेयर द करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर इज इन अ प्लेन परपेंडिकुलर. तो उसको कैसे एनालाइज करते हैं? आप सबसे पहले तो मेरे को ये बताओ, ये आर हुआ ना, ये हुआ परपेंडिकुलर डिस्टेंस, यस और नो? बहुत बढ़िया, कमाल हो गया. अभी देखना पड़ेगा ये, व्हाट वी हैव टू सी इज व्हाट विल बी द डायरेक्शन ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इंटेंसिटी ड्यू टू दिस करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर. तो इसके लिए मैंने एक डायरेक्शन निकालने के लिए एक रूल निकाला है, विच इज कॉल्ड राइट हैंड झापड़ रूल, हिंदी में. तो बेसिकली इट इज, झापड़ से ज्यादा रिलेट कर पाते हैं ना हिंदुस्तान के लोग, तो इट्स कॉल्ड राइट हैंड पाम रूल. पाम, ये पाम है, ये मेरा राइट हैंड है ना? है. दिस रिप्रेजेंट्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ करंट, एंड फिंगर्स को मुझे ले जाना है उस डायरेक्शन में जहां मुझे बी निकालना है. तू बार बार यूं यूं क्यों कर रही है? मैं यूं कर रहा हूं, मैं कह रहा हूं पाम, ये थंब, रुक जा, ऐसे रख. देखा, ये थंब बाहर जा रहा है करंट, and my fingers in the direction in which I have to find out B. तो ये मेरा पाम कहां फेस कर रहा है? Upwards. तो ये R था ना, तो ये होगा भाई B has to be perpendicular to R. ये रहा R, ये रहा B. अब इधर आ जाओ, ये रहा पाम, राइट हैंड. तो पहले इसको मैं ज्वाइन कर, let me first connect it to this. कहां जा रहा है? ऊपर. इसके परपेंडिकुलर, where now this angle is perfect. Not clear? Very good. ये palm, ये thumb, ये fingers. Point the thumb in the direction of current and fingers in the direction in which you want to find out magnetic field intensity. तो ये thumb अंदर भी जा सकता है, बाहर भी जा सकता है, क्योंकि this current is coming outwards, so my thumb is here और palm मेरा ये रहा, ठीक? That means जिस डायरेक्शन मेरा palm फेस करेगा, कहां फेस कर रहा है? ऊपर. So the direction of B will be upwards. And it has to be perpendicular to R. ये रहा R. अब इसका रिजल्टेंट निकाल सकते हो आप? करो. Tell me, first of all, tell me, will the value of B1 and B2 be same or different? Same. सही बात है ना? B1 magnitude will be equal to, वैसे वो मैग्नीट्यूड होगा कितना, वो भी लिख लेते हैं, कितना? I by डिस्टेंस कौन सा लोगे? A square plus whole to the power. So I have B1 and B2. Now I have to find the net magnetic field intensity. यहीं पर होगा ना, इस डायरेक्शन में होगा ना? कितना होगा? एक काम करते हैं, थीटा ले लेते हैं. So ये ले लेते थीटा. अब देखो, इसके परपेंडिकुलर ये है ना? इस लाइन के परपेंडिकुलर है ना B1, and the angle is between this line and this line. Now इसके परपेंडिकुलर ये और इसके परपेंडिकुलर ये, तो ये भी थीटा हो गया, वो भी थीटा हो जाएगा, ये भी. So what is B net? ये B है. And what will the value of cos theta? This upon this. तो ये हो गया x upon. Clear? लिखो. Clear? Wrap this off. अब इसका सेकंड केस लेते हैं. This is cross and this is dot. अब निकालो. जी, क्रॉस, वेरी गुड। और ये दिस इज थीटा। अब इसके परपेंडिकुलर ये है ना, ठीक है, और इसके परपेंडिकुलर ये है, तो ये हुआ ना थीटा। इस लाइन के परपेंडिकुलर ये, इस लाइन के परपेंडिकुलर ये, सो इफ दिस इज थीटा दिस विल आल्सो बी थीटा। ठीक, ऐसे इसको चेक कर लेते हैं। दिस लाइन इज परपेंडिकुलर टू दिस लाइन and this line is perpendicular to this line, so this will also be, so the cos thetas will get cancelled and you will add sin theta. Perfect. ठीक है, अब let me take another question. This is the question. क्या कह रहा है ये? In this question, ये सिर्फ dimensions दिखाने के लिए है. This and this. These are not the conductors. This is the conductor. ये एंगल इधर से 60 बना रहा है. This end makes an angle 30 degrees. आपको बताना है इस पूरे करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर की वजह से what will be the magnetic field intensity at point P. जी, करके दिखाएं. आप जानते हो क्वेश्चन के अंदर इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट क्या है? व्हाट इज द इंटरेस्टिंग पार्ट ऑफ दिस क्वेश्चन? दोनों आई मीन ये मेरा पॉइंट है. जनरली क्या होता है, देखो देखो ध्यान से देखो. वी टेक दिस एज द कंडक्टर, वी टेक दिस एज द पॉइंट, है ना भाई. ये लेते हैं हम अल्फा और ये लेते हैं बीटा, while we deal with sin alpha plus sin beta. The idea is that the conductor के ये जो पॉइंट P है, इस पॉइंट P के रिस्पेक्ट में एंगल अल्फा नीचे है और बीटा ऊपर है. किसके? परपेंडिकुलर लाइन के. दिस इज द परपेंडिकुलर लाइन. सो देयर इज वन एंगल व्हिच इज बिलो दिस एंड द अदर एंगल इज अबव दिस. इसको ध्यान से देखना. ये सिचुएशन क्या दिखा रही है? अब इमेजिन करो अगर मैं ऐसी सिचुएशन लेता, इसमें से ये वाला पार्ट ही निकाल दूं. Say I take only this length, your alpha will become, और चलता हूं ऊपर, मैंने ये वाली लेंथ ले ली. अब आप क्या करोगे? हाउ विल यू ड्रॉ द डायग्राम? मतलब ये जो परपेंडिकुलर था ना, सपोज मैं ये सेक्शन लेता हूं, एक एंगल तो आपका ये होगा, इसको बीटा बोलोगे ना आप. अब इसको क्या बोलोगे? अल्फा. बट द पॉइंट इज बोथ अल्फा एंड बीटा आर अबव दिस. तो अगर आप अल्फा को पॉजिटिव लेते हो तो बीटा को क्या लोगे? आई कुछ बात समझ में मैं क्या कह रहा हूं? मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि let's understand again. If I have a current carrying conductor and he says find B at this point, आप पहला काम क्या करते हो? You drop a, then what do? इन दोनों एंड्स को कनेक्ट करते हो उससे. बोलो है ना. You take this as alpha and you take this as beta. अब मैं आपसे कह रहा हूं ये लेंथ नहीं अगर है तो आप अल्फा को कितना लोगे? 0. मैं अब कुछ और ही बात कह रहा हूं. मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि अल्फा यहां 0 हो गया. Now instead of this, if I take just this length, अब आप क्या करोगे? मेरे पास सिर्फ ये लेंथ है, ठीक है, और ये मेरा पॉइंट P है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, I need to drop a perpendicular on this conductor. Step 1. ठीक है, ठीक है. सो एक एंगल ये लोगे और एक एंगल ये लोग. बोलो हाय ना. ये क्या लोगे? ये क्या लोगे? नाउ बोथ अल्फा एंड बीटा आर अबव दिस, सो एक को हमको लेना पड़ेगा नेगेटिव. ठीक है, अब ठीक है. सो इस क्वेश्चन में एक हो जाएगा -30 और दूसरा हो जाएगा +60. चलो
सर एवरी सैटरडे और संडे को यहाँ पे क्लास अटेंड कर पाए, क्योंकि सर इसमें हमारा लगभग 6 घंटा हमारा वेस्ट हो जाता है आने जाने में ही। और सर एवरी हम लोग यहाँ के हैं नहीं सर, हमारे सेंटर से हमारा दूर पड़ता है हमारा घर, तो सर हम लोग कैसे इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करेंगे? हम लोग ऑनलाइन क्लास अपने घर से नहीं कर सकते सर?
बच्चों, ये ऑनलाइन क्लासेस का पर्पस ये है कि आप आएंगे और हमारे पास जो क्वालिटी सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट्स हैं आपको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग अप्रोच के आधार पर पढ़ेंगे, जो कि आपको प्रिपरेशन में मदद देगा। तो हमारी पहली रिक्वेस्ट आपसे ये होगी कि आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा अटेंड करें। इसके बाद हम सभी सिटी कोऑर्डिनेटर से आज एक निवेदन भी करते हैं कि ऐसे बच्चे जिनकी दूरी है आने में, उनके लिए अगर किसी तरह की रुकने की व्यवस्था की जा सकती हो किसी सरकारी गेस्ट हाउस डॉर्मेट्रीज में, तो वो कोशिश करें। लेकिन छात्रों से मेरा निवेदन है कि वो ज्यादा से ज्यादा वीकेंड क्लासेस को अटेंड करें, क्योंकि वीकेंड क्लासेस को अटेंड करने का एक डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस होगा, उसका एकेडमिक बहुत फायदा होगा आपकी तैयारी के लिए। Center. Good afternoon. Please ask.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, actually, your problem students are coming from 6 hours distance, sir. Hello.
Yes. Yes. I'm listening.
The students actually they are expressing their difficulty to attend Saturday and Sunday classes. They have to travel 4 to 6 hours along with the escort teachers. That they are staying actually in the hostel.
See Tirupati. Yes, sir. Continue, sir. Please.
Students are actually facing difficulty. They are staying in the hostel, sir. Andhra Pradesh welfare schools. So every week the administration have to send children along with the escort teachers. And of coming here also that accommodation problem. In Kendriya Vidyalaya we can provide one room and all, but food arrangements and all they have to make their own arrangements. So they are expressing the difficulty to travel every week from Nellore to Tirupati and to stay here 2 days and to go back to their classes again. So they are expressing this.
Yeah, Tirupati Center, you see our top management is also listening to this problem. We will be working out on it, thinking on it. Besides this, the immediate solution which I suggest is that please kindly look on for some government accommodation in the shape of hostels of other academic institutions. If you want our assistance, we can also request those academic institutions. We will be writing them to provide these. In the beginning, I will also request the parents to please motivate their children, and the city coordinator to also motivate the parents to please cope up somehow for initial days, and let us find out some solution in near time, please. And try to make use of accommodations, hostels, other educational institution hostels. Thank you. Yes, Guntur Center. Yes, Guntur. गोवा इम्फाल का लगाओ, हाँ इम्फाल का लगाओ, बाहर का जगह। इम्फाल सेंटर, या वी आर लिसनिंग टू यू प्लीज। यस, इम्फाल सेंटर, प्लीज गो अहेड विथ योर क्वेरी। Your audio is not clear, Imphal Center. ask. Yes.
आपको सोनी के गार्जियन, ये मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि जैसे आपने सैटरडे संडे के लिए क्लासेस रखे हैं, तो मेरी लिए ना बोले जब 8-9 बजे विद्यालय को बोले, तो क्या सैटरडे में अगर आप क्लास चलाएंगे तो उसकी 11 की क्लासेस बाद में छूटेंगे नहीं? वो कोड छूट जाएगा ना?
दोबारा से बोले।
मैं गोरखपुर से बोल रहा हूँ।
देखिए, ये प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो सैटरडे और संडे को इसीलिए रखा गया है कि बच्चे की जो वीक डेज की क्लासेस है वो डिस्टर्ब नहीं हो, और सैटरडे को हम प्रोजेक्ट शुरू करते हैं 1 बजे से। तो और इसमें इस प्रोजेक्ट में पूरा 11वीं का सिलेबस जो स्कूल में भी पढ़ाया जाएगा वो सिलेबस यहाँ पर भी कवर होगा। तो अगर बच्चा स्कूल में क्लास नहीं अटेंड कर पा रहा है और यहाँ कर रहा है तो उसका सिलेबस कोई छूटेगा नहीं, वो सभी सिलेबस यहाँ पर हम कवर करेंगे। और पिछले साल भी बच्चे जो है वो आसपास के शहरों से आ रहे थे, मैनेज कर रहे थे। तो मेरा पेरेंट्स से निवेदन है कि बच्चों को क्लास अटेंड करने में जो सहूलियत है उसे प्रोवाइड करने की प्लीज कोशिश करें। हम अपनी ओर से जो भी अच्छा होगा उसे करने की कोशिश करेंगे। आज की जो हमारी स्कीम है बच्चों, उसमें हम आपको जो फैसिलिटी दे रहे हैं वो हम आपके साथ शेयर कर रहे हैं। अभी आगे हम इस पर सोचेंगे और विचार करेंगे कि क्या इस तरह का कोई प्रोविजन हो सकता है। अगर होगा तो हम आपको नहीं, जेएनवी के सभी बच्चों को पिछले बार भी ऐसी समस्या थी, हमने उनको लिखा है। तो जेएनवी के जो प्रिंसिपल है या मैनेजमेंट है वो अवगत है कि जो उड़ान के बच्चे हैं उनको टैबलेट दी जाती है पढ़ाई के लिए, तो वो उन्हें अलाउ करेंगे सिर्फ उड़ान की टैबलेट। ठीक है, सिर्फ स्टडी, उसका पर्पस फिर सिर्फ स्टडी होना चाहिए, ये आपको ध्यान रखना है। लेकिन आपके स्कूल प्रिंसिपल आपको उड़ान टैबलेट रखने के लिए परमिट करेंगे। इम्फाल लगाओ अगर मिल सकता है, यहाँ कोई भी नॉर्थ ईस्ट सेंटर। हाँ, कहीं भी नहीं। Yes, yes. Goa center.
We had
Yes, please go ahead with your query.
actually we are told that we'll be having one teacher throughout the whole lecture in our school itself. So we had a doubt that can we have 3 teachers of the specified subject from our own school throughout the lecture timings?
No, this is you have not been properly informed, beta. The project emphasizes classes to be held from Delhi. So we will be having our subject experts who will be teaching you online from Delhi. So what you have at the center is a subject facilitator, that your city coordinator or your school principal, he has the right to nominate any subject teacher as the facilitator, assist you in the in your what you say particular subject. Yeah. Now, students. Now, students, I welcome Mr. Sandeep Singhal. He is from IIT Roorkee and a consultant, and he will give a talk to you and how to prepare for IIT JEE. Thank you, Mr. Singh.
Question सुन रहा था. So, I'll teach you physics. I just took a class up there for class 12, and last year also, I took classes for UDAAN. There are a lot of questions the students are asking. You're also asking. आएंगे कैसे? ट्रांसपोर्ट कौन देगा? खाना कौन खिलाएगा? पढ़ाएगा कौन? I'll share an experience with you. I mean, I travel to many schools in Delhi, and I happen to travel to certain schools outside Delhi also. So, कुछ साल पहले, I had taught a student called Shitikant. He was from Patna and he got a rank 1. His all-India rank was 1. That time I was teaching in Kota. So when we came down to Delhi, मुझसे सारे students parents पूछते सर ये पटना से बिहार से इतना रिजल्ट क्यों आता है? तो I thought कुछ गड़बड़ है. ऐसे क्या सकता है यार? हम यहाँ इतनी मेहनत करा रहे हैं, सारा रिजल्ट बिहार से रांची से क्यों आता है? I was under the impression that there is something wrong there. So what I decided, I took a flight, went to Ranchi. My flight reached at about 2:33. You can understand me? Thank you. Good. पहुंचते रहो ना, बताते तो रहो. Good. Respond. So the flight reached there. We got down. मेरा marketing executive आया. Let's go to DPS Ranchi. I went to DPS Ranchi. And Mr. Bareja was the principal there. मैंने कहा यार 4 बजे कौन से स्कूल में जा रहा है? बच्चे कहां से मिलेंगे? कैसे चलते देखो. मैंने कहा यही होता है इनका हाल. तभी इनके रैंक आते हैं. शाम के टाइम कौन सा स्कूल होता है? Because I was in Delhi. I was not even aware this is something is happening like this. And parallelly, one day I went to a school in South Delhi. The principal took me to the school. Sir, auditorium देखिए कितना खूबसूरत. बिल्कुल है मैम. स्विमिंग पूल देखिए आप कितना अमेजिंग है. मैं कहा ये उससे भी एक्स्ट्राऑर्डिनरी है. मैं कहा पढ़ाई लिखाई की बात. कहते चलिए ना, take a seminar. You'll meet the children there. You'll be surprised. I was talking about science and maths for 1.5 hours. The seminar got over. I came to know the students were from commerce. I mean, unbelievable. मेरे को ये नहीं समझ में आया, 1.5 घंटा मेरे को सुन क्या रहे थे. तो फिर मैंने रियलाइज किया इन्होंने सोचा कुछ भी सुना दो क्या फर्क पड़ता है. आप सुनाने आए हो, आप सुना के जाओगे, आप अपना काम पूरा करके जाना. South Delhi, a posh school. And I'm traveling to Ranchi in the evening session. मैं वहां जब पहुंचा तो मुझे वो 4th फ्लोर पे ले गए. नीचे दरिया बिछी हुई. मैंने देखा बच्चे आने शुरू हुए. 1, 2, करीब 400 बच्चे नीचे आके जमीन पर बैठे. And they were not escorted by a single teacher. दिल्ली में जब स्कूल में जाते हैं ना तो टीचर्स बोलते हैं स्टूडेंट्स बी साइलेंट, स्टूडेंट बी साइलेंट. एक बार तो बच्चे ने माइक छीन लिया टीचर से. मैम यू बी साइलेंट, आप बहुत बोल रही हो. तो वहां में गया, कोई टीचर नहीं, कुछ नहीं, चुपचाप बरेजा साहब आके पीछे बैठ गए. I started my session. It went on for 1.5 hours. Before starting the session, I asked them, how many of you scored 100 on 100 in mathematics? They were class 11 students. More than 90% students raised their hands. मैंने कहा सवाल समझ में आया भाई? Let me talk in Hindi. मैंने कहा भैया मैं पूछ रहा हूँ 100 में 100 कितनों के हैं? कोई हाथ नीचे ना. दिल्ली में जब मैं सेमिनार लेने जाता हूँ, मेट्रोस में जाता हूँ. Why I'm telling you why UDAAN is important for you? I'll tell you why. Because in metros, when I take this seminar, when I ask the students, 100 में से 3-4 हाथ उठते हैं. और कुछ बार तो ऐसे होता है दूसरा दोस्त को सुन तेरे भी 100 थे यार. हाँ 100. हाँ मेरे भी. उसे खुद ही नहीं पता तेरे 100 थे कि नहीं. दोस्त बता रहा है. मैंने कहा यार ये तो अजीब सी बात है. किसी उसका मैं चीटिंग करते हैं पक्का. 100% ये तो हो नहीं सकता. It is not possible at all. The seminar got over. तो बच्चे वापस जाने. कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा, कोई बात नहीं करी. मैंने कहा अब तो 100% पक्का है. इनको पता ही नहीं चला मैंने बोला क्या. They haven't understood what I have spoken. अब उनमें से एक लड़का वापस आता है घूम के, छोटे से घर का, शॉर्ट गाय, डार्क कॉम्प्लेक्शन. सर पोलाइटली, बहुत बहुत हम्बली, सर एक बात जानना चाहते हैं सर. सर सितिकांत भैया नंबर कितना पाए थे? से क्या लेने देना? टॉपर के नंबर क्यों पूछ रहे हो? बिकॉज बच्चे मुझसे जनरली पूछते हैं सर सिलेक्ट होने के लिए मार्क्स कितने. मुझे तो ये सुनने की आदत है सर मिनिमम मार्क्स, टेल मी व्हाट आर द बिल. एंड दिस स्टूडेंट इज आस्किंग मी हाईएस्ट मार्क्स. आई सेड काहे जानना चाहते हो? प्लीज बताइए सर, और कितना नंबर पाए थे सिद्धिकांत भैया? हमने कहा 463 नंबर पाए थे, 463। तो बच्चा पलट के क्या बोलता है, सर 464 आएगा तो सिलेक्शन हो जाएगा ना सर। आई आस्क्ड हिम, तेरे डैड क्या करते हैं? सर इसी स्कूल में चपरासी है। You need a reason why you want to do it. It is immaterial who teaches you. It is immaterial where you study. The most important thing is, do you have a reason to study? And I'm sure these girls from UDAAN have a strong reason, a strong desire to do it. That boy finally got a rank 26. He's a professor in MIT teaching physics. जिस बच्चे को के पास किसी काम को करने का रीजन है, ये बाकी सारी चीजें इम्मटेरियल है। They're all icing on the cake. The real thing is, do you want to do it? Now you have to tell me first, because I'm going to take your classes. How many of you have a reason to get into IIT, and what is that reason? Anybody of you? एक मुझे कोई बच्ची ये बताए कि सर हम ये क्यों करना चाहते हैं? आप बताओ क्यों करना चाहते हैं? बैठे बैठे बताओ, कोई बात नहीं। क्या नाम है आपका? तो राखी जान लगा देगी तेरे साथ। अब तू अपने गांव की पहली लड़की निकलेगी जो इंजीनियर बनेगी, बट एक वादा करना पड़ेगा, जब तुम इंजीनियर बन जाओगी आईआईटी में तो बाहर नहीं जाओगी, ऐसे बाकी और गांव ढूंढोगी जहां पर भाटी जैसी लड़कियां और हैं। प्रॉमिस करना पड़ेगा ये। गुरु द्रोणाचार्य हूं तो उससे मांग रहा हूं, बाद में मना मत कर दियो उस बात के लिए। और बताओ कोई रीजन, आप बताओ बच्चे। Amazing. I mean, this is what this UDAAN program is all about. अब आप कहोगे, सर हम पढ़ना चाहते हैं, we have a reason to do it. Why do we need coaching? घर में नहीं पढ़ सकते? कुछ बच्चे कह रहे थे ना, सर घर में ही पढ़ लेते हैं। आपको अच्छी बात बताऊं, सही बात, सेल्फ स्टडी से अच्छी कोई चीज नहीं है। फिर आप पूछोगे, सर why do you need a coach? अब छोटा सा आपको एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ। फिजिक्स का आदमी हो तो हर चीज एग्जाम्पल से देता हूँ, पढ़ाने की आदत है। थियरी एग्जाम्पल। एक बार ओलंपिक्स हो रहे, बहुत सारे एथलीट्स वर प्लानिंग, बट देयर वर 5 एथलीट्स वो वेरी क्लोज टू ईच अदर, और जो सबसे आगे एथलीट था वो केनियन था। कौन था? जो उसके साथ साथ था, दैट एथलीट वाज फ्रॉम यूएस। अब ये 5 लोग बहुत तेज भाग रहे हैं, बाकी लोग भी हैं, बट ये 5 पर पूरा फोकस है। अब सडनली क्या होता है, 4th एथलीट 2 लैप पहले गेम से बाहर आ जाता है। लोगों ने बाद में उससे पूछा, ये तुमने क्या किया यार? Why did you come out of the race? He said, भाई साहब एक बात बताओ, ना गोल्ड मिलेगा, ना सिल्वर मिलेगा, ना ब्रॉन्ज मिलेगा, मैं भाग क्यों रहा था? तो बड़ी जल्दी रियलाइज हुआ कि भाई, he thought I'm not going to get anything, so he decided to walk out. वो बाहर आ गया बेचारा चुपचाप। अब 1, 2, 3 और 5th ये भाग रहे। ध्यान सुनना, अब केनियन बहुत तेज भाग रहा था, बट यूएस का एथलीट उसके बहुत नजदीक था। भागते भागते जब फिनिश लाइन आई, कौन सी लाइन आई? तो दोनों ने फिनिश लाइन पर एक साथ पैर रखा, यूएस एथलीट ने भी और केनियन ने भी। जीता यूएस वाला। तो बहुत ह्यू एंड क्राई हुई, इट्स अपार्थेड, इट्स ब्लैक अगेंस्ट व्हाइट, ये तो होना ही था, यूएस एथलीट को तो मिलना ही था। बड़ा शोर बचा, बट फाइनली ही वाज रैंक 1, केनियन वाज रैंक 2। अब जानते हुआ क्या उसके बाद? 2 महीने बाद पता चला कि जो ब्रॉन्ज मेडलिस्ट था उसने डोप ली थी, he took drugs, he was disqualified। फिफ्थ क्या बना? फिफ्थ कौन बना? फोर्थ क्या बना? हम यही सोचते हैं, क्लास के अंदर 10 लड़कियां बैठी है, यार ये तो मेरे से बहुत अच्छी है। आपको क्या पता अपने बारे में भाई? आपको क्या पता उस दिन आपका ही नंबर हो? सब लोग बताते हैं 10 लाख बच्चे बैठते हैं, 10 lakhs write the exam, finally 10,000 get selected, you can be one of those 10,000। अब वो केनियन क्यों हारा? जब दोनों ने फिनिश लाइन के साथ तैरा। बाद में पता चलता है चतुर्वेदी साहब, there was a laser which was passing, the US athlete was trained and you knew that there is a laser which they have to cross at the finish line। तो जैसे यूएस एथलीट आता है वो अपना चेस्ट को एक्सपैंड करता है, लेजर उससे पास कर जाती है। केनियन को ये पता नहीं था, वो ट्रेन नहीं था, वो कोच नहीं था, उसको ये पता नहीं था कि यार एक लेजर भी है, उसको क्रॉस करना है। पैर तो रखता है लेकिन नंबर, कोचिंग सिर्फ ये कर सकती है। आई एम इन दिस प्रोफेशन फॉर लास्ट 16 years and have been awarded the best faculty in physics, the best teacher number of times। ये सब बेकार की बात है, मैं सिर्फ ये बता रहा हूं लेजर पास कर रही है भाई। ये 4 सवाल है, ये चारों आप सोचो सीबीएसई ऑप्शन ही देती है। why does you know the paper, it's single, मतलब एक सवाल होता है, उसके 4 ऑप्शंस होते हैं, आपको उसमें से करेक्ट ऑप्शन फिल करनी पड़ती है। अब मैं बच्चों को नहीं समझा के आया, क्या करते हैं बच्चे? सवाल ही सॉल्व करना शुरू कर देते हैं। अरे भाई ऑप्शन क्यों दिया? तो आपको तो उन चारों में से एक सही ऑप्शन को तलाशना है। बहुत सारी टेक्निक्स होती हैं, एलिमिनेशन मेथड सिखाते हैं बच्चों को, सब्स्टिट्यूशन मेथड सिखाते हैं, वेक्टर से डायरेक्शन का बता देती है, ये प्लस के क्या है, माइनस के क्या, प्लस तो हो ही नहीं सकता, माइनस ही आएगा, माइनस के ही ऑप्शन है, यही सही ऑप्शन है। कोचिंग कैन ओनली ट्रेन यू इन द रूल्स ऑफ द गेम। करना बच्चों आप नहीं है। अगर आप उससे पूछो कि हमारे आईआईटी बनने में उड़ान का कितना रोल होगा, 5%, दादा का, दादी का, मम्मा का, पापा का कितना रोल होगा, 5%, 90% किसका है? और अगर नहीं सिलेक्ट हुए तो 100% किसका होगा? हम दोनों भाग जाएंगे, मम्मी पापा भाग जाएंगे, उड़ान भाग जाएगा। यार ये बच्चे ही ऐसे थे, क्या करें? Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? हम सब सक्सेसफुल होना चाहते हैं। You all want to be successful. I mean, Chetan Bhagat is again from IIT Delhi. He's a very, very close friend. हम दोनों एक साथ बहुत सेमिनार्स लेते हैं। तो एक सेमिनार के अंदर in 3/4 there were a lot of students. We asked them a lot of questions. So पूछते, how many of you want to become engineers? How many want to become doctors? मैंने पूछा, how many of you want to become teachers? चतुर्वेदी साहब 7,000 6,000 बच्चे थे, एक बच्चे ने हाथ उठाया। टीचर ही नहीं बनोगे, आओगे कैसे? अगर मैं टीचर नहीं बनता तो मैं पढ़ाता कैसे? प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, ये छोटा विजन निकलना है। मेरे को सवाल निकालने का तरीका सीखना है, मुझे फिजिक्स समझनी है, मुझे 10 साल 8 साल 15 साल फेज आउट, मुझे अगले 10 साल में यहां पहुंचना, ये मेरी पहली मंजिल है। इसको रीच करने के लिए मुझे ये करना है, बट मेरा अल्टीमेट गोल ये। बस अल्टीमेट गोल है क्या इंजीनियर बनने के बाद? And get good money and fly to US and forget about dreams. मेरे बच्चे जो मैं इनको पढ़ाता है, उनसे पूछता हूँ क्या बनना चाहते हो? Most of them say they want to become IAS officers. They want to serve the nation. Bureaucracy plays a very, very important role in our country. अगला एम आप वो भी सोच सकते हो, बी एन IPS ऑफिसर, क्राइम को दूर करो, है ना? तो यहां आने का मतलब ये नहीं जे IIT क्लियर करना, ब्रॉडर एस्पेक्ट में सोचना। सपने कौन कौन देखता है आपने? मैंने एक दिन एक सेमिनार में बोला, हम बच्चों को सोचना सिखाते हैं। तो एक दादाजी बैठे थे सेमिनार में, कहता जी मेरा बच्चा तो सिर्फ सोचता है, सारे दिन सोचता ही रहता है, ऊपर देख के सोचता ही रहता है। तो मेरे बच्चे से अच्छा कोई नहीं सोचता। तो कमाल की बात है, सोचना सिखाता है। फ्रैंकली स्पीकिंग, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। मुझसे किसी ने पूछा, सर फिजिक्स को, आईआईटी फिजिक्स को मास्टर करने के लिए कितने सवाल करूं, कितनी बुक्स करूं, कितनी बुक्स खरीदूं? इसका तो कोई लिमिट ही नहीं है लिमिट? भाई उड़ान वाले आपको टैब दे रहे ना, आपके पास बुक्स भी होंगी, आप करते जाओ सवाल, 1000 सवाल, 2000 सवाल, कोई लिमिट है इसकी? क्या ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज होगी? ना जी ना। अरे लड़की क्या कर रही है, प्रैक्टिस के लिए तो वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ, 100 करेगी, 200 करेगी, 500 करेगी, और फिर 500 का एक नहीं होगा, सारा टाइम वेस्ट हो गया। कुछ नहीं कराया उड़ान वालों ने। ये टीचर ही बेकार रखते हैं, पता नहीं कहां से ले आते हैं। ये कहेगी तू तो यही नहीं करना। देयर इज नो लिमिट टू सॉल्विंग प्रॉब्लम्स। तो क्या करना है? सोचने का तरीका डेवलप करना है। वो कैसे होता है डेवलप? जैसे सोचने का तरीका मींस थिंकिंग एबिलिटी इंप्रूवाइज करनी है, इंप्रूव करनी है। तो उसके लिए क्या डेवलप करना पड़ेगा? थिंकिंग मसल्स। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर बॉडी बिल्डिंग करनी है तो कहां जाओगे? वाह भाई वाह। मैंने पूछा सवाल, तो सर बॉडी बिल्डिंग करने के लिए ना बाबा रामदेव के पास जाएंगे। और मैंने कहा बाबा रामदेव फ्लेक्सिबल करता है, बॉडी बिल्डिंग भी कराता है। तो देख लो बेचारी की बॉडी कैसी है, एक्सरे चलता फिरता। तो बच्चों ने कहा सर जिम जाएंगे, बॉडी बिल्डिंग करने जाएंगे। और आप इमेजिन करो, आप जिम गए, आपको कोच मिला, आप कोच के पास गए, सर आई वांट टू बिल्ड मसल्स। गुड, वेरी गुड। कोच भी 6-7 फुटा, कोच तो ऐसे मिलते हैं, कोच चूहे थोड़े मिलेंगे। तो वो कहेगा यार ये डंबल रखा है 10 पाउंड्स, करके दिखाओ। लो सर, वेरी सिंपल, नो प्रॉब्लम्स एट ऑल। ठीक है, ये उठा 20 पाउंड्स। सर देख भी रहा साथ शीशे में, मस्त सर, फर्स्ट क्लास हो रहा है सर। पूछ रहा 30, और डिफिकल्ट है सर, ये नहीं हो पा रहा है। यू नो व्हाट ही विल टेल यू? स्टार्ट विद 40। आपको मेरी है जी पागल आदमी। आपने हिम्मत करी, आप धीरे से उसके पास गए, सर बताओ 10 में बड़े प्यार से उठा रहा था, 20 भी उठा रहा था, 30 मुझसे उठ नहीं रहा है, आप मुझे 40 उठाने के लिए कह रहे हो? अजीब टाइप के आदमी नहीं कुछ आप ऐसे क्यों कर रहे हो यार? व्हाई आर यू डूइंग दिस टू मी? यू नो व्हाट ही विल टेल यू? ही विल टेल यू, एक काम कर, वेट लिफ्टिंग करने आया? कहता हाँ ठीक है, क्या ये इसे वेट है? वेट तो है कुछ, शुरू हो जाए लेके बेटा, क्या होगा? जो कुछ है वो भी खत्म हो जाएगी। तो वेट लिफ्टिंग का मतलब ये थोड़ी कि वेट उठाना है। मतलब अगर मुझे बॉडी बिल्डिंग करनी है, बॉडी की मसल्स बनानी है, तो मैं जितना उठा सकता हूं उससे ज्यादा उठाना है। ऐसे ही थिंकिंग मसल्स है। जो सवाल मैं कर सकता हूं उससे खुश नहीं होना। जैसे कुछ बच्चे होते हैं ना, पूछेंगे आपसे मम्मी डैडी, अब जब वापस जाया करोगे ना, आप पूछेंगे कितने सवाल किए? मामा 6 कर लिए मैंने आज 10 में से। क्या बात है बेटा, तो चैंपियन निकली यार तू तो। वो ये नहीं पूछेंगे 4 क्यों नहीं हुए। 6 से आप भी खुश, पेरेंट्स भी खुश, मैं खुश नहीं। 6 तो आपको आते थे, वो तो ये वाला वेट था, ऐसा उठाना था। 4, वो 4 जैसे जैसे आप करोगे वैसे वैसे आपकी थिंकिंग मसल्स डेवलप होती जाएगी। इसलिए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड, it is not important that you feel happy when you solve a problem. No, you should feel happy when you solve a problem. You should not be happy when you understand a problem, when a teacher teaches you. मैं जब क्लास लेता हूं फिजिक्स की और बच्चों से पूछता हूं आज कैसा लगा, मजा आ गया सर, इसका मतलब मैंने कुछ पढ़ाया ही नहीं। मजा तो मुझे आया ना, नहीं समझे बात? जब वो क्वेश्चंस मैं कहूं कैसी रही क्लास, सर आज तो थक गए सर, जान निकाल लिया आपने सर, समझ में कम आया, इसका मतलब सब ठीक चल रहा है। This is how I take my feedback from a student. So when you have to solve up and you're not able to solve it, you should not be unhappy. But ऐसे मत करना कि घर गए, मामा मिली, कैसा गया? मेरे पास एक बच्चा आया, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात। Student comes to me and tells me, I was sitting on a 3rd floor, तो सब ध्यान सुनना, बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग बात है। आया रोते रोते, आंसू निकल रहे थे उसके। मैंने कहा क्या हुआ? कहता सर मैं बर्बाद हो गया। मैं कहा बर्बाद क्यों हो गया, क्या हो गया तेरे को? आई वॉज डूइंग सम पेपर वर्क। मैंने कहा मैं 5 मिनट उससे मिलता हूँ। I came out, I asked the peon, where is that boy gone? It took me some 10-15 minutes. He said, मैं छत पे गया था। छत पे क्यों गया? तो मैंने कहा गया, मैं छत पे गया। तो जो पेमेंट होती है ना, पेमेंट, वहां खड़ा था नीचे, ऐसे देखा था नीचे। मैंने कहा यार अगर मैंने इसको जोर से आवाज दी गिरी ना जाए, तो मैंने धीरे से करा। रोहित था उसका नाम। मैं रोहित, पीछे मुड़ के देखा, हाँ सर। आ जा यार, हंस के करना पड़ेगा ना यार, ऐसे में तो, ऐसे में उसे डांट दूं, वो कहता चल। तो मैंने कहा भाई रोहित कम। मैंने कहा यार क्यों परेशान है भाई, यार सुहाना। कहता सर आपको नहीं पता। हाँ नहीं पता, अभी तक नहीं पता। बता क्या बात है? कहता सर आपने रोटेशनल डायनेमिक्स पढ़ाई थी। हाँ पढ़ाई थी। मैंने कहा फिर क्या हुआ? मेरे बड़ा अच्छा लगा। पढ़ाई थी तो अच्छा लगा होगा उसको। कैसे बड़ी अच्छी पढ़ाई थी आपने? मैंने कहा क्या हुआ? कहता सर मैंने फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन किया। मैंने कहा फिर क्या हुआ? नहीं हुआ। मैंने कहा फर्स्ट बड़ा डिफिकल्ट था, सेकंड थर्ड करके देख। कर लिए, कोई नहीं हुआ। अजीब हाल है। मैंने कहा रोहित यू हैड टू रिवाइज। सर आई रिवाइज्ड। मैंने कहा फिर क्या हुआ? मैंने कहा यार वो मॉड्यूल ही डिफिकल्ट होगा। क्या सर मैंने अपने फ्रेंड से बात करी, उसका तो फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में सॉल्व हो गया। डिफिकल्ट। ऐसे चल रोहित तेरा टेस्ट लेता हूं, ऐसा पूछो, वैसे मुझसे होगा नहीं। आई एम ट्राइंग टू टेल यू ऑल दीस थिंग्स चिल्ड्रन आर, वी लिव योर लाइव्स। ये कहना बड़ा आसान है कि टीचर्स पढ़ाते हैं, अच्छा पढ़ाते हैं, खराब पढ़ाते हैं, हम तो आपकी जिंदगी जीते हैं। आप जब हमारे पास आते हो तो आपका एक हिस्सा हमारे अंदर आ जाता है, इनबिल्ट। आप खुश हम खुश, आप दुखी हम दुखी। आपके पेरेंट बन जाते हैं। एंड द बेस्ट पार्ट अबाउट दिस पेरेंट teacher relationship or a teacher parent and a student relationship is we want nothing from you, just happiness. आप खुश तो हमें बड़ा अच्छा लगता है, आप दुखी बड़ा तकलीफ होती है। नहीं हुआ क्या, आज क्या गड़बड़ हो गई, कुछ कह दिया क्या? तो आई आस्क्ड, मैंने कहा रोहित एक सवाल का जवाब दे यार। कैसा होगा नहीं फिर पूछ लो। मैंने कहा who did the maximum inventions in science? न्यूटन। गलत है। सर मैं आपसे कह रहा था मुझसे कुछ नहीं होगा। चेयर से उठना शुरू कर दिया। मैं कहा बैठ जा, बड़ी जल्दी चेयर से उठता है तू। तो मैंने कहा एक और ट्राई, और ये तो रोहित तो पक्का बताएगा। मैंने कहा पक्का, सोच के बता। सोचता रहा। सर आइंस्टीन। अब मुझे पता ये गलत है। मैंने डरते काश तो बच्चे टीचर से डरते रहते हैं बच्चों से, बड़ा ही बुरा हाल है। हमारे टाइम में टीचर पिटाई कर देता तो हमें खुशी मिलती थी, अब टीचर जरा सा जोर से बोलते तो रिपोर्ट हो जाती है। तो मैंने धीरे से कहा, मैंने कहा रोहित यार ये गलत आंसर है। कहता सब देखा, मुझे जीने का कोई हक नहीं, मैंने अपने माँ बाप का पैसा भी खराब कर दिया, और अगर मुझे ये बेसिक क्वेश्चन नहीं आता, हाउ डू यू थिंक आई एम गोइंग टू गेट इनटू आईआईटी? आई एम अ लूजर। मैंने उससे कहा, मैंने कहा यार सबसे ज्यादा अटेम्प्ट्स, सबसे ज्यादा इन्वेंशंस एक आदमी ने किए थे, उसका नाम था एडिसन, हु मेड द इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब। वो कहता सर इससे मेरा तो ताल्लुक, I mean why you tell me the story? I mean I didn't know the answer, you told me the answer. I said do you know one thing? एडिसन का एक असिस्टेंट था, वो असिस्टेंट एक दिन फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया। वो आया एडिसन के पास, कहते भाई साहब मेरी जिंदगी बर्बाद कर दी आपने। कहते क्यों? कहता मतलब इलेक्ट्रिक बल्ब बनाया आपने। यस। क्या तीर मार लिया? I mean, do you know how many times did you try to make an electric bulb? He said, yes, almost like 40,000 times. He said, 40,000 बार तुमने अटेम्प्ट किया, 10 साल मेरी जिसके लगा दिया, और मैं आपका असिस्टेंट। भाई साहब धन्य हो गया मैं। क्या खास बात है, बना दिया आपने। You know, Edison told to his assistant, he said, listen, the people would know one way to make a bulb. मुझे 39,999 तरीके आते हैं बल्ब ना बनाने के। अब रोहित भैया उठे, मैं फिर डर गया। मैंने कहा ये फिर कहां जा रहा है? मैंने उसको वॉच किया, ऊपर जा रहा है कि नीचे जा रहा है। वो नीचे जा रहा था। मैंने कहा ले भाई He made my day. वो नीचे गया, मेरी क्लास थी, मैं पहुंचा बस 3:30 और वो पागलों की तरह शोर मचा रहा है, वाओ वाओ। और मैं कहा तू फिर पागल हो गई, तो तेरे को दौरे पर थे क्या? Is something wrong with you? He said, sir, मैंने वो सवाल अटेम्प्ट कर लिया। So मैंने कहा what big deal? I mean your friends attempted that question in the first go. कहता है सर, और मैंने कहा तेरे को लगे 29 बार तूने अटेम्प्ट मारी है। कैसा 30 टू बी मोर प्रिसाइज। तो मैंने कहा फिर फायदा क्या है तेरे को? मुझे पलट के क्या बोलता है, सर मुझे इसमें गलती कितनी हो सकती है उसके 29 तरीके मालूम। जब एग्जाम में जाएंगे ना सर, ये जो मेरे दोस्त हैं उनको वो गलतियों के तरीके नहीं मालूम होंगे, वो सिर्फ मैं जानता। एवरी टाइम यू फेल, थैंक गॉड। जितनी बार गिरो उतनी बार भगवान का शुक्रिया अदा करना है। मौका दे रहे हो आप हमको। Every time you fail in life, every time you're not able to attempt a question, thank God you gave me an opportunity. And every time you're able to solve it, thank God again. But ask him that make me more powerful so that when a failure comes to me, I can handle it. But ये गलती मम्मी पापा के साथ मत करना। घर जाओ, क्या हुआ? कोई नहीं, सारे सवाल गलत हो। तो खुश क्यों? सर ने कहा था जब फेलियर होता है ना बड़ा खुश हो गया, पिटाई भी हो सकती है। So I won't take much of your time. बाकी क्लास में करेंगे। And thank you very much. आपको बहुत मजा आने वाला है। आप ये चिंता मत करो कहां से आओगे, कहां नहीं आओगे, क्या रहोगे, चिंता मत करो, सब हो जाएगा। बस आना है, जान लगानी है और सारे प्रॉमिसेस जो आपने अपने आप से किए उनको फुलफिल करना है। थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड गॉड ब्लेस। थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Well, dear students, now we break up for lunch and we will start our first Quran class at 2:45, 3:15. We are breaking now, and in 3:15 we will be having our first Quran class.
Full focus. Okay, indeterminate forms. What are indeterminate forms? Basically, you have done limits, and you have find out limits like of such functions, fractional functions. In the cases where limit, this is basically what? Limit extending to a fx you have done in the cases where this limit exists and this limit exists. In indeterminate form is what? Basically, in if this limit is something is this limit is zero, this limit is zero, like there are many types of indeterminate forms, and the form is basically if this exists, both the limits exist, then you say that limit extending to a this exists, so there is no problem at all in finding the limit. So this is not a indeterminate form. So where which forms are like indeterminate forms? Now I'm telling you. Suppose this is 0. The numerator, when you are substituting this extending to a in the numerator, this is 0, and limit extending to a in the denominator, this is also 0. When both upper numerator and denominator, when you are putting that extending to a, both are, you are getting 0. So it is now basically which form it becomes? Limit extending to a so it is now 0 by 0 form. So this is one type of indeterminate form. Okay, understood? So this is basically now when you are getting when you are substituting the limit, this is also you are getting 0, this is also you are getting 0 by 0 form. So this is indeterminate form. So there are in all 6 type of indeterminate forms you have written. So this form is okay. So when like if you are finding limit of such type of functions and you are getting this 0, in that case that is one type of indeterminate form, and in that case how you will solve that will do later on, but right now we'll just see what kind of other indeterminate forms we have. Is this form okay? You know what basically limit is? Limit of a function. Like if this extending to a, this point is tending to that a is unknown here, but you just assume a is some positive number, so x is tending to a, then we're just checking the behavior of this function fx, where fx is approaching, where fx is tending, as this x is tending to a. Okay, so now 0 by 0 form is one type of indeterminate form. Other forms are, you can write down. Other indeterminate forms are, next is infinity by infinity. It means in this case you are getting this limit this is also infinity when you are substituting extending to a. So infinity in numerator you are getting and infinity in the denominator. So this form is also indeterminate form. Next is 0 into infinity. Like if you are putting the limit and you are getting the function value as 0, first function as 0 limit and second function value at that point infinity. Okay, next is 0 to the power 0, 1 to the power infinity, and infinity to the power 0. So in all 3, 4, 5, 6 indeterminate forms we have. Okay, now how to calculate? We have only one formula, one rule to calculate such limits, and that is L'Hopital rule. Okay, to calculate such limits we have only one rule, and that is L'Hopital rule. we will solve indeterminate forms by, actually pronunciation is L-Hopital, and you have seen the spelling. This is the spelling. It's not L-Hospital, it is L-Hopital. And how we'll solve? Just everybody has written? The only rule we have for this this type of forms, only rule. Infinity is what? Not defined. So 1 to the power, not defined number, how many times? Like 1 to the power, na? So this is indeterminate form. Infinity, not defined number to the power 0. Finite number to the power 0, we say 1. So in not defined number to the power 0, we cannot say that. That will be what? We don't know that. So how we calculate? By this rule. We can easily calculate that. Okay. So now, rule you can write down in theory. Write down. I'm now telling you L-Hopital rule. What is this basically and how we'll apply this? And how you will pronounce it? L-Hopital, not L-Hospital. Okay. So first thing is, and what about the functions? Like you are taking limits of two functions, na? Fx upon gx. What about the functions? Function should be of what type? Like you have a function and you are calculating limit of that function, na? So when you can find out the limit, in what conditions, what should have, what conditions should have f satisfy? F should be what? Like limit you are calculating, so f should satisfy what conditions? You know that you know limit concept. So when you can find out, like if this limit exists, when then in what cases, like what conditions f is satisfying? F should be continuous and differentiable. Then only you can talk about the limit of this function. Otherwise you cannot. Like mod x is differentiable. Mod x is continuous. If I take this example, this is continuous. This function is continuous. Who is saying no? At 0, you can say, suppose this function at 0 you are talking. At 0, this function is continuous. How many of you know can, you know how what's the graph of this function? Then also, by graph also you can check na continuity. I am to checking, I am to telling you indeterminate forms where limit doesn't exist. Those cases I am telling you how to solve. But here in this case, I think you have done. Mod x is a continuous function, but it is not differentiable. And differentiability, how we check by graph, you know? Sharp point should not be in the graph. This is how we check. So I am just now, this rule will be applicable when the function is continuous and differentiable. Then only I can apply this rule. Otherwise, there is no, like, we cannot apply this rule. And the form should be of this type. Then only you will apply. Actually, sometimes what happen, when I'll do the questions, then you will be able to know that this for indeterminate form, L-Hopital rule you only can apply when this is the form. It is not that for such forms also you are applying. Suppose some finite number upon this is 0. So this is basically what? Infinity. So such cases will occur, and in that case you won't apply L-Hopital rule further. Actually we do that. So first you write down L-Hopital rule. What is this basically? Let fx and gx be two functions. I'm just telling you the statement. This also helps. Be two functions such that Number one is, this is basically L'Hopital for 0 by 0 form. Okay. So in that case, limit of this will be 0 and this will also be 0. Second point is, because in this rule now we take derivatives. With the help of derivatives, we just calculate limit. We reach to the limit. So the functions, both the functions, f dash and g dash x, first derivative, both should exist, and this limit I don't know how many of you are familiar with this interval. You know the, just write down, then I'll tell you. Then in this case, the formula is this. Is this fine? First thing is, like you are applying L'Hopital for the form 0 by 0. So it means that denominator limit is 0 and, sorry, numerator limit is 0, denominator limit is 0, and the first derivatives are existing. This is must. A first derivatives for f dash is existing, g dash is existing. This is in numerator, denominator, so this should not be equal to 0 because in the denominator this is, and this should also not be 0 in this interval. Basically what we do at this point now, as x is tending to a, so at this point a, we just make a small interval by taking this delta. So this will be a minus delta and a plus delta. So we say in this interval, these two values should be non-zero. Is this okay? We are making an interval about this point. Around this point, we are making an interval a. This is the interval a minus delta, and this is open interval. Is it okay? So we are making an open interval, and we are saying that in this neighborhood also we say this is neighborhood of this point. This interval is basically neighborhood. So in this interval, these two values, gx and g dash x, should not be 0. Okay. If those two functions satisfying all these conditions, then only we can apply L'Hopital rule. And the L'Hopital rule says that in that case, limit this will be what? You just take derivative of the numerator, whatever function you have in the numerator, now separately differentiate that with respect to x, and whichever function gx, like gx and you have in denominator, so take derivative of gx in the this which is in denominator, and then you just check. Now do this part, do this step, and then again you check if you are getting again 0 by 0 form. Just suppose that you are getting a finite limit after this. You at this stage the limit was 0 by 0 form when you were applying. Then but to solve 0 by 0 form, you have applied L'Hopital rule. And for L'Hopital rule, what you will do, you will take first derivative of this. You will differentiate it for only once. This also you will differentiate, and then again you will see by putting this x is the x in a, x a in the two different whichever function like you have differentiated, you are getting a new function, the derivative of that function. Substitute and then again see that if you are getting a finite limit, then you just stop. That is the limit. By L'Hopital rule, you will see the limit of this function is like whichever finite limit you are getting. Otherwise, again, what you will do, suppose you have got this, okay, and again you are getting 0 by 0 form. again, then what you have to do? You have to apply L'Hopital rule again. And in that case, next step will be what? Second derivative. So you keep on taking derivatives till you are getting. It's not that every time you will get finite limit. You might get infinite limit also. But in that case, like if you are getting infinite limit, then there is no like chance of solving that by L'Hopital rule. You will stop there. It means that limit is infinite. Then there is no need to further differentiate. Okay. So this is basically for 0 by 0. In like case of infinity by infinities, in the same manner you have to solve. Like if you are getting infinity by infinity form, in the same manner means you have to differentiate both the numerator function and denominator function separately, and you will substitute the limit. If you are like getting again infinity by infinity, then again you have to apply L'Hopital rule in the same manner as I have told you in the 0 by 0 form. Is it okay? So the formula is same. And now in the cases like you have in all 6 now. So suppose this form you are getting. You have to calculate limit of a function, and in that case you are getting this form. So how you will solve in that case? This is infinity now. So what you will do, whichever function giving you infinity value at that point, you will take that function in the denominator, and in that case this is 0. So that function will now have value 0 at that point. So it becomes 0 by 0 form. So by this formula you can solve. Is it okay? Getting the thing? Actually, what I'm telling you, in all 6 indeterminate forms you have, so 0 by 0 form, I have told you how to solve. Infinity by infinity, in the same manner you can solve. But in the case, if you are getting 0 into infinity form, so basically, this infinity thing, suppose fx into gx, this is the expression, and this function, when I'm taking limit, this is giving me 0. But this function giving me, so what I will do, I will take this function in the denominator. So now my form is basically 0 by 0, and easily I can solve. No, it will be 0 by 0 because in numerator it is giving infinity now. So I'll make it in the way so that it gives me 0. I'll take it in the way, suppose I have x here. I have x will give me infinity. Suppose if x is tending to, just assume, okay. So what I'll do, I'll take this x in the, now this is giving me 0. And if it is x here in denominator, it will be 1 by x, na? Is it okay? So now this is 0 by 0. 0 by 0 form, I'll differentiate this, and I'll repeat it till I'm getting, until I'll get a finite limit. So this is basically the formula, L'Hopital rule for the indeterminate forms. Yes, we'll do examples also. I'm telling you theory, like why. This is also important, like it should be 0, it should be 0. If these 3 conditions you are having, then only you can apply L'Hopital rule. Otherwise, no need to. Then there will be some other formula. Okay. So now, examples. Yes. Not getting what? Yes, I can hear you. Tell me. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. What's your question? Okay. Any questions? If you people have any questions regarding this, and you know limit very well, okay. And like now the first question is, I'll take simple question first. Simple, and then I'll come to example 1. And the question limit suppose this is the question. So which form you are getting? limit extending to 0. So basically e to the power, so 0 by 0 form. So this is indeterminate form. Which rule? Only rule we have to find to calculate this limit. So we will use L'Hopital rule, and that rule says this limit will be okay. You know the derivative. You can differentiate the numerator. So differentiate it. Here you will use product formula of the derivatives, x e to the power x. So x ex plus ex minus the derivative of this will be, and separately you have to do it. Numerator derivatives in the numerator, and this denominator derivative in the. Now check after like applying this limit. Again you are getting 0 by 0 or like some finite number or infinite number. Separately you have to do it. 0 here, no doubt. Easily you can see here this is 0, 1 minus 1, again 0 by 0. So you have to apply L'Hopital one more time. Now differentiate it quickly. This is the derivative all of you are getting. Now apply, now check limit. What limit you are getting? This should be plus. Derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square. Already minus we have. So this will be what limit you are getting this time? Finite, but like what is the limit? 1. What you are doing? This is x e to the power x. Substitute x 0. So this will be 0 this term. 2 e to the power 0, 2 plus 1. So 3 by 2 you are getting, na? Is it okay? Applying like how you calculate? So this is basically 3 by 2. Is it okay? Come to now next question. Write down 10x minus x upon in the numerator upon x squared 10x. Okay, all of you know, I hope you know this. How many of you know this limit? Because existing formulas you can use, no? This is 1. This is I need x also for this? Really? Cos 0 is how much? I don't need this time. And you know how you have got all these limits? No, you know the formula only. You know how we have derived. Now we have done na L'Hopital. This is 0 by 0 form. 0 by 0 form. Differentiated. Cos x upon 1. So now no need to learn it. You can apply L'Hopital rule to know this limit. Now do you know like this limit is 1? You have told this, na? So now you have a formula. 0 by, this is basically 0 by 0 form. So you can apply L'Hopital and you can easily calculate. Like this for this also. Limit extending to 0. This limit also you have crammed, na? You know this is what? You know? If you don't know, you can apply easily L'Hopital. But you know now that this is you till the date you know that this is a formula, and this limit of this is 1. You know that. But now you if you apply, this is basically 0 by 0 form. This is basically 0 by 0 form. So you can apply L'Hopital rule. No need to cram. Okay. So e to the power x upon 1, e to the power 0 will be 1. So this is 1. So this way also now you can calculate such limits, because till the date you are told that you have to remember that this is the formula. So how you have got this now? Today I hope that this is clear to you. Okay, next question is, this is something different. Actually in denominator now I have 10x. So if such type of forms you get, what you do, because you have this formula now, so you can you can make your question simple. And how? Because this limit is extending to 0. So what you can do to make this question simple, this limit, you can multiply by x and divide, multiply and divide. So this limit will be 1. So like whichever existing formulas you have, you can make your question simple. So this will help you. Otherwise, simply also you can do. Like by taking, this is basically what? 0 by 0 form. Simply also you can do by applying the L'Hopital. L'Hopital, like you can differentiate this, you can differentiate this. But I think now your question is simple, because you have removed 10x from the denominator. So if such tricks you can use, I think that will help you. That will make your calculation simple. Is it okay? Because you have such formulas. Is it okay? Now your question, now you are left with, simply you can do it 0 by 0 form, apply L'Hopital. 10x derivative is secant square minus 1, 3x square, again 0 by 0 form, or like you getting zero by 0. So this is by L'Hopital. Again differentiate, derivative of, yes, you keep on differentiating. Keep on differentiating. So the derivative of this will be upon, again 0 by 0, or like, yes, I think 0 by 0. 0 by 0, who, like how many of you are getting 0 by 0 form again? You are getting 0 by 0? I know. 1 by 6. 1 by 6 or 2 by 6? It is not 0 by 0 form. Yes. Don't forget this. I know now that such mistakes happen. Okay? So that is why I told you these formulas in the beginning. So don't forget, if you have such type of terms, what you did, you just simply, this is 0, this is 0. Again, if you, after this step, if you will apply L'Hopital rule, your answer will be wrong. It's not that this is again 0 by 0 form, because now you just doing this mistake. Is it okay? So answer is 1 by 3. Where is? What? Up to like any number of, we can differentiate it. I didn't tell you the general form, but as many times you can differentiate it till the time you are getting 0 by 0 form. But if you are not getting 0 by 0 form, in that case, no need to apply L'Hopital rule. Then you have to stop. Whichever, like infinite limit or it is not existing, then you have to stop there. Then you cannot apply. Is it okay? So now, next question. And in next question, what we have is, we have AB type of terms, and how we'll calculate Okay, now you people, this question is for you. Tell me limit of this. This is 0. What is the limit of this? This is example 3. 0 by 0 form? Or some like, you can apply Al-Hopital rule? A to the power x. How many of you know the derivative of this? A to the power x into log a. This is the derivative. Derivative of a to the power x. Because this is only the thing. This is the derivative. So this is 0 by 0 form. This is indeterminate form. And form is 0 by 0. So by Al-Hopital. All of you have solved? All of you? Can I ask what's your question, answer? You haven't solved? Like what difficulty you are having? Derivative, I have told you, a to the power x log a. You should be. This is the derivative of this function, na? कैसे आया? Actually, like you are not supposed to do the theory. Otherwise, I'll come to the like graduation part. Yes. Then you are not supposed to do that. Derivative. Otherwise, I would have told you. If you are really keen, I'll separately tell you like how we are getting derivatives. Okay. Any of you like anybody else who has problem in calculating this? Basically, derivative of this is no, this time you are not getting 0 by 0. This will become 1, 1. Log a upon. This is the answer. Any difficulty? Error? You should be good in derivatives. Because we are taking derivatives na, for this rule. So you should be good in derivatives. You should know like what is the derivative of like any function you should be able to differentiate. Because we are taking derivatives now of like numerator function and denominator functions. Okay? Aira? And separately I'll tell you like how you are getting this derivative. And derivative is what basically? What happened? Huh? Yes, derivative is slope of the tangent. Change also, velocity also we find out now. Yes, good. Now this question just write down. For what values of A does this function sine 2x plus A sine x upon x cube tend to infinity? Oh, sorry. Tend to a finite number, finite limit as x tends to 0. Now, like you are given that limit is finite. You have to tell me, or you have to find out value of this unknown variable. This could be anything. Limit is finite. Okay. So now, I don't know, like because nothing is given now that this is indeterminate form. But as we are doing indeterminate form, so you easily it will come in your mind that L'Hopital rule you have to apply. So first I'll check whether this is now solution. Just check this limit first. It is now only thing given to you is that this is limit is finite, nothing else. Okay. So limit extending to 0. So this is the indeterminate form. So L'Hopital. Okay. So this is basically 0 by 0 form. So by you can by the time you can find the derivative of the numerator. What derivative you are getting? Numerator. Because this is 0 by 0. So only method we have L'Hopital, and that says differentiate numerator. So derivative will be is this okay? So again 0 by 0 or some 0 by 0. So this time you are getting, when you are applying, this time you are getting. So what should be the value of A? Limit we are given that limit is finite. So A should be what? Speak loudly now. A should be -2. For other values, the limit will be no, infinite. If suppose A is not equal to -2, then in that case limit will be infinite. And we are given that limit is finite. So only value of A should be, it must be A is equal to, so A we got. But now the only thing left to find out is for that value limit should be, we got the value of A, that A is -2, but we will check that limit should be finite also. It should not that for A is equal to -2 we are getting some other limit. So we'll check that also. As we are given limit is finite, so this should be is equal to 0. This should be is equal to 0. Otherwise, if it is a non-zero number, in that case we'll get infinite limit. Okay. So A we got. Substitute A here. And now calculate. I have just substituted value of A. Now calculate again, like you are getting 0 by 0. Apply L'Hopital again. What you are getting? Cos 2x derivative is minus is minus. Don't, and this will be r in denominator 6x. I think again you are getting 0 by 0. So do it again. Do apply L'Hopital one more time. The next derivative will be, this will be -8 cos 2x upon 6. This time you are getting finite. Okay. So finite limit also we are getting, and value of a basically we were supposed to find out, and the answer is a is equal to -2. Now next question, we have two variables. Determine the values of P and Q for which limit x tending to 0 for 0 by 0 form. This is the last question. This is you have to calculate P and Q for which this this exists. Exist means what? Finite. Exist means that value is finite. Some and equals 1, because you have two variables, so two conditions you need. So here you have given limit also. If limit is not given, then in that case you can find out only one variable, and you did that in last question. Okay. So now solve. This is indeterminate form, 0 by 0. So start x1 plus p cos x 0 by 0. So indeterminate form. So by L'Hopital, quickly calculate, quickly find out derivative of the numerator, because denominator function is very simple. What will be the derivative? And differentiate in a way so that simple like forms you are getting. Okay, don't make it like very difficult. So answer is, this will be x minus p sin x plus this is the derivative all of you are getting. Again 0 by 0 or some like no, this time you are not getting 0 by 0 form, because we need two conditions to calculate two variables. No? So some condition we'll get. So this is basically 0 0 p 1 plus p minus q in the numerator upon 0. This is the form. So as per the condition, given condition, if this limit exists, so this number should be equal to 0. Otherwise limit will be infinite. So by the given condition, as limit exists, so 1 plus this should be equal to, so one conditions we have got. Okay, now for the second we have given that limit is equal to 1, and how we'll calculate that? Differentiate it one more time, because this is now 0 by 0 form, because I have taken this as 0. So I have like taken it 0. So this is again 0 by 0 form. Apply L'Hopital one more time. Okay. So limit. So when you will differentiate, you will get 1 minus p cos x plus not plus. Yes, minus p sin x. And then 6x. This time what you are getting? Again something. Yes. That doesn't make any difference. So finally, now when you are substituting the limit, you are getting 1 minus V1 minus P upon 0. Somewhere we are wrong and where... Yes, something is wrong. This is x into, na? Yes. This is x into. So I'm calculating this part. So this will be finally minus px cos x and then minus p sin x. Is this okay this time? Just check it. Now I'm combining the terms. This finally I'm getting. Something cos. Actually after this now, some derivative problem I'm getting. Where I'm wrong, where am I wrong? You people also getting the same derivative? What's your derivative? Some calculation mistake I can't figure out. Okay, now the limit is, no, actually what I'm doing is, it is not 0 by 0. Actually we have formula also, no? Again the same mistake we were doing. This x will cancel out. This x will cancel out. This will become 1. So we are getting minus p minus 2p minus q upon 6. This we are getting. So finite limit. Okay. So answer is basically. So please keep it in your mind that again, like I think you would have differentiated it again. So keep it in your mind for such sin x cos x. If trigonometric functions you are having now, so keep it in your mind. So finally, this is okay. So minus 3p plus q upon 6. Now it is okay. And this limit is given to be 1. So this is the, I think, number that one, that relation, na? P, what was that? P minus Q is equal to minus 1 and this is 2 and calculate. Please tell me what values you are getting of P and Q. P and Q. P is good and Q is Not getting minus sign? Really? Just check. What? P minus Q is 1, no? Minus 1. So when you are substitute, like P is, then Q is basically what? P plus 1, no? So you are getting minus 3 by 2 value? Is it okay? No, you are not getting? Why? Like P minus Q is minus 1, no? So substitute. Easy, I think. Then you just take Q here. So Q will be what? P plus 1? And P value is minus 5 by 2. I think it's easy. What problem you are having? Still you are getting? Got the answer? So P Q is? So one variable, two variables, how we are getting now? Next question is of three variables. If any doubts, please ask me. If any. I think you are having problem. No? So it's okay? Okay, that girl one more time. Now by the time what you can do? Wait, I can hear you. Tell me your question. Yes. My question is, why we can say that limit while fx by gx equal to 0 by 0, then limit x tends to 0 is fx by gx equal to limit x tends to 0 f dash x by dx. So why the derivative, why this happens? Okay. Why the L'Hopital rule hold for indeterminate form? What's the question actually? Can you come up with the question again? I think something. Okay, so why we use indeterminate form? L'Hopital rule, like limit x tends to 0, fx by gx equals to limit x tends to 0. Limit x tends to 0, fx by gx. Fx by gx, okay. Yes. Limit x tends to 0, f dash x by dx. Yes. By g dash x. And I'm saying the L'Hopital rule. So because again, use L'Hopital rule. मतलब if Q exists करती है कि लिमिट अगर same actually 0 by 0 फॉर्म का होगा तो इसका डेरिवेटिव जो है वो exist. That I have already in the statement I have written now that function is differentiable. Hello. Function is differentiable, if you can hear me. And again, like this function, this derivative function and this numerator derivative, denominator derivative satisfying all the conditions again. So I can apply L'Hopital rule again. You have read the statement of the L'Hopital rule, which I wrote on the board. If you see that, then derivative of both the functions, na, this f and g. Then you apply that for the derivative. Yes, I know it, but why this happens? This happens like what? Okay, proof she wants. Okay, then I think separately I have to give because that proof you want. Like why this is equal to limit derivative this you want. I told you the statement only, not the proof. No, and that see, if you want proof, that also I can give you. What is the proof? But I think in your exams you are not supposed, you never get proofs. But if you want, I can give you the proof also. Yes, we have a full-fledged proof for this.
Yes, I want to know the proof.
Yes, you can. It's a big, actually big. It's not like only one line proof. Can I give you separately that? Actually, we okay. Actually, we use mean value. You have done mean value theorem still now? How I? Actually, we use to get this result. We use mean value theorems. Now you can hear me. We have proof. It's not that in air I'm telling you that this is the formula. We have proved it, but I have told you statement only. If you want the proof, I can give you.
Mean value theorem.
Yes, we use mean value theorems and all to come to this. For such like problems, can we do separately? I can connect her with like some other time and all.
Mean value theorem and Rolle's theorem or Lagrange's theorem.
Yes, I have the proof also, but now I'm not telling you the proof. Actually, like you know mean value theorems, Lagrange's theorem.
Rolle's theorem or Lagrange's theorem, we use this for proof.
Actually, there is a different theorem we are using, Cauchy's mean value theorem. That is different. I don't know whether you have done it or not. Yes, I can. She can take my mail ID and in that like I can send as an attachment the proof. Okay, now this question is, in this question we have three variables. You have done mean value theorems like Cauchy's mean value theorem you did? Okay, that is basically extension of Lagrange's theorem. Yes, extension part, na? So I don't know whether that is in your syllabus or not. But if you people want to know that, then in that case I can tell you. Not like very difficult, but you should know Cauchy's mean value theorem, na? Then only you can apply. Both the functions should satisfy the conditions, then easily we can apply. Like Rolle's theorem also you apply, na? So after, if the function satisfying all the conditions of the Rolle's theorem, you easily say that derivative of this function will be 0 in this interval. You say that? So this is how Cauchy's mean value theorem is also. Okay, so question is, all of you comfortable for like any difficulty if you are having? Where is the question? Okay, this is the question. Which question? Okay, so you were solving or like meanwhile you did some like calculations? No. In this case, you have three conditions, na? So how? Just see how we'll calculate. Okay, I haven't given you the full question actually, and the question is. But nobody present here said that, ma'am, we want proof. None of you want proof? Why? Actually, I think proofs, right till at this level, it's not like you are not supposed to do the proofs and theorems and all. But like when you read out the proof, now so many things like easily clicked, like why we are doing it. But you people not demanding, so I'm not doing it. Find the values of, and the question is because this is the question, find the values of A, B and C such that this limit equals to 2. This is the question. 3 variables. So solution. This is 0 by 0 form. Zero by zero or something else? such that this limit this equals to 2. Limit is 2 you have given. So finite limit 2. So now just put a 0. What you are getting in the numerator when you are putting the limit? A minus plus C by 0. So if this limit is 2, this should be as limit is, so A minus B plus C. In this case 3 variables, so we need 3 conditions to calculate. One already we have got. So now this is 0. Now it has become 0 by 0 form because of the given like this limit is 2 and this should be 0. So 0 by 0 form. Now I can apply. This is indeterminate form. So I can apply. So now by L Hopadai, quickly apply. This limit will be derivative of numerator function, and it will be aex plus b sin x minus c to the power minus x upon x cos x plus sin x. Now just check. This time we are getting 0 0, but here a minus c. Okay. So second condition also, as so by the given condition, a minus c must be equal to 0. So a is equal to c I have got. Okay. So this number it as 2. Differentiated again 0 by 0 form you are getting. So next derivative will be aex plus b cos x Now tell me what limit you are getting. A plus this is so finite now, and this is given to be, this is given as 2 by the given condition. Quickly solve for A, B, C, all the 3. I think by this only 2 conditions you will get now. This will become A plus 2C 4 because A is equal to C now. So this equation will become A plus 2C, oh sorry, B plus 2C 4, and first one will become, first one was A minus B plus C is equal to 0. So you can say 2C and like B or C, I am changing now. So what values you are getting? A1, C1, good. Is it okay? Now little not difficult I'll say. For such functions, please, like if in numerator you have sin x, cos x, 10x, so don't forget to use that formula, limit extending to 0, 10x by x. Otherwise, your question will be little difficult. Now, this formula with the help of series, how we are calculating. Everybody aware of series? You know what like this series is? Expansion of like log x, sin x, cos x, you know? Because I'll use expansion, na, sin x in series form. Evaluate, limit. Actually, so many formulas you use. but this will help you to know the limit of like very difficult functions. Okay, now this is very difficult. Can you tell me limit of this? Because I have to see the 0 by 0 form, then only I can apply L'Hopital rule. Just quickly think and tell me which term is creating problem. This one. So you have L'Hopital rule now. I think I should do it because this is 0 by 0 form we are doing. Please just see here. This question is not very difficult. This is 0 by 0 form anyhow. This limit you don't know. This limit you know? This limit. Formula. I think you must be knowing this. You don't know? Okay, no need to know, but I can tell you this is E. But we can apply L'Hopital rule. But this is basically which form? Infinity if you will substitute. This is 1 to the power infinity indeterminate form, but that type of form you haven't done it. But I think that this formula you must have told in your class or like you haven't. So we'll do it by L'Hopital. Okay. So this is basically which form? 1 to the power infinity. So this is E. You can note it down in your notebooks. This is E. Same way, if you just replace x by 1 by x in this will become 0. Just assume x is 1 by x now. So this will become 1 plus x to the power x. So this is this. This is also E. And this is which form? 1 to the power infinity again. The same thing basically. Both the formulas like this you can say, or both the formulas are same. Is it okay? And how we are calculating? Because I haven't told you like for such type of indeterminate form how to solve. Just come to this question first. Can you assume for a while that this is E? For a while. Then next thing we'll do by this type of formulas we'll do. So this is basically this is E. So E minus E upon 0 by 0 form. Okay. So now what I'm doing is, how I'm solving is, consider this part separately. Consider this part separately because this is the only part which is creating problem. Otherwise you can easily calculate. Huh? There is no problem. This part only creating problem. So how we'll calculate? Apply log on both the sides. Expansion of this, how many? This is the expansion. Okay, so what I'll do now, so expansion is, this is series now, series, sequence and series you haven't done it, sequence and series. The expressions you are giving, it's like you haven't done it. But this expansion, I think you know, or not? You don't know? Okay, strange. Then I think this too you have to learn now because so many things I can't tell you. This you learn. Sin x expansion, cos x expansion, you don't know. How could it be possible? Okay, but this you can say कि अभी याद नहीं है. This you can say ना, but you have done it ना. This log 1 plus x e to the power x expansion. Yes. There is no factorial here. What will be the expansion of e to the power minus x? Just replace x by. Write down if you don't know like the expansions. Sin x expansion, x minus cos x expansion in other way around. How you can solve this? I think for such functions you know how to calculate derivative, no? You need derivative only, na, of this function. If something like x to the power y, x to the power x, for such functions how you calculate derivative, that formula also you can use. I am telling you this method. This is actually simpler, but you have, I think you all of you know that x to the power some x to the what is the derivative? You know the derivative now. You just apply log and you take the derivative. In that way also you can solve this question. Please try that method also. Is it okay? Actually, to know the limit, you just only this function is creating problem, and this is something 1 plus 2 the power 1 plus x to the power 1 by x. If you have something in power, what you do to calculate the derivative? You apply log and then you find out derivative. But I think each time what you have to do, you cannot remove this. Each time you will have difficulty. Every time you will get some function in power, na, then I think separately question will become, solution will become I think lengthier. Solution will be lengthy. So you just see this method, but I'm telling you this way also you can solve this. Is it okay? Just try this at home. These expansions you have written. So now, is this okay? Log 1 plus x expansion. Now take this 1 by x inside. So finally you have this. If some people might get this simple. This way simple. Yes. You just see this is another way to solve this question. I have told you that this you know derivative of this. You know you can calculate. But I think x to the power x something means every time you will get something in log. And that will I think create problem. So derivative will be little I think difficult. Taking derivatives. Na? So to avoid that thing, what I am doing is I am using this method. And this method, how it will make your calculation simple. You just see that. It will make your calculation very simple. Is it okay? So I think for different questions we apply different, this is practice only, na? Okay, so log 1 plus x expansion, you know. So 1 by x, so I have I have taken this inside. So finally, this term log y, this is basically this. Is it okay? So now I need to rub it. I rub the rest of the bar. Just to make the calculation simple. If any of you can, you are fast now, just apply that method. Take the derivative of this by log, by applying log. Take derivative. If you find that easy, that method simple, you can use that also. There is no problem at all. Now I am writing this as 1 plus alpha because now I need this y is equal to something now, but this form is basically log y something. So I need to remove this log. Okay, so how I'll remove? I am writing this part as 1 plus alpha, where just to make my calculation simple, alpha is this. Is it okay? This part separately. This part is alpha. And how you know how to remove log? How can I remove log here? Anti-log I can apply. I can take exponential. Log and exponential functions are inverse of each other. You know, inverse of each other. So how I can remove now this? Finally, I have this log y is equal to. So this y will become e to the power. So e into this is finally I am getting now. Is it okay? And this y is basically what? 1 plus x to the power 1 by x. So I have just simplified this thing into this. I have just simplified it. And yeah, now you see how our calculation becomes simple. Just write down. You must be thinking that question is getting lengthier. This is coming in your mind. It will not be the case. I think Abhi just a moment back I told you e to the power alpha expansion, e to the power x expansion. Is this okay? And alpha also you know what is alpha? Alpha is basically alpha was minus x by 2. I am writing in brackets only. This was value of alpha. Then alpha square upon 3 factorial and then same alpha upon alpha is put just put value of alpha here by yourself. Is it okay? So and then keep the rest of the terms as it is. Why so? I'll tell you the reason. Because I don't need, these are the waste terms. Waste in the sense because I have in the numerator x square only, na? X square only. Okay. So my alpha is basically alpha was how much? Minus x by 2 plus x square by 3 and this is I'm writing now. What? Yes, you are right. Very right. Sorry. Because we have only alpha square. Thank you. She is correct. Only powers of alpha we have, not like 2 factorial power and all. Now this is okay. So basically our question was what? Question was limit. Now you just see how this was the question. This was the question, na? And now this expansion is basically this. Is this okay? So you just multiply e minus ex by 2. Just see. Both the terms will cancel out. So this is the purpose. I have told you 2 methods. This method is little simple. And how? Because, and now after when you will multiply by x square, na, the rest of the terms, your limit will be very simple. So now I am substituting value of this. This is the value I am substituting here. This is then, and e is outside. E into e to the power alpha plus and plus and so on. And in the denominator I have x square only. Is it okay? Some problem? Only x square. Numerator here. Where I have written, like, where is the mistake? This? Question ka remaining part. Where I left? This is okay. In the last step you are saying. So last step. This you are saying, na? So take it in the numerator only. If your copy allows you. So I cut these two terms. Okay. Now I'm dividing by x square now. So I have to just check because the x square divide by x square. This term will be e also, just don't forget, minus e by 3. Take, I think, keep this outside. So minus 1 by 3, and from here also I'll get some x square term. Okay, so this will give me 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, and then 2 factorial in the other terms. Give me x square or what? Because if x square will cancel out, then it is okay. If I'm getting x here, then that term will be 0 because x is tending to 0. So rest of the term I can say 0. So I have to collect only x square coefficients basically, because after dividing I'll get some finite number. That is my need. So here I'll get, oh sorry, here I'll get cube terms. No x square term I'll get. No x square terms. From here I think single x square term, and that term will be, that term is this. So solve it. Other than that I'm not getting na. So other terms will be 0. So this is the purpose. I think this method is simpler, or like only you have to know log 1 plus x expansion, and then you just putting that and you are getting the answer. Is this method okay? But at home what you can do, you can find simply find out, this is the limit basically, this is the answer. You can simply find out limit derivative of this by applying log, and then also you can apply L'Hopital rule. Just try it. This is different method I have given you. So answer is how much? This is I think plus here. Just check it. This is I think plus by mistake. So finally answer is 11e 11 by 24. Fine? Easy? Next thing I am doing is, I think that okay with 0 by 0 forms, infinity by infinity forms. Okay, now come to this question only. Yes? Tell me. What? Oh, sorry. This is the answer. You are not saying that I have written like This is incorrect. You are saying how it has come in denominator. This is you are asking. Is it okay? So now this limit you will find very easy. I am telling you that this limit is E, and by L'Hopital rule, why you will apply, why you are applying L'Hopital, this is 1 to the power infinity. This is basically 1 to the power infinity. So this is indeterminate form. So by now such forms, how we calculate, how we solve. Again, the only way is apply log. Log on both sides. Apply. So this you will get after applying log on both sides. Is it okay? So now take limit extending to 0. Because ultimately, na, I have to convert my question in this form only. The rest of the 4 forms, na, I'll convert in this form only. Then only I can solve. Because the only formula I have, na. So this is basically now which form? Tell me. Which form is this now? This is log 1 0. So 0 by 0 form I am getting. I can apply L'Hopital rule. L'Hopital rule says that denominator this will be 1. So only 1. Okay. Here I can apply, there is no x on this side. So log y is 1. So y is basically e to the power 1. And y is what? This. Limit also you can say because there is no x. So limit extending to 0, y is how much? Now you can calculate na. Difficult terms also, difficult limits. Quickly calculate this. Because I was telling you that this is also e. Quickly calculate it. And just see whether you are getting e or not answer. Quickly calculate it. So this is basically 1 to the power infinity question. Now we'll do infinity minus infinity. One more question I think we can take. Cot x to the power. Next question is, just solve this first. Cot x to the power 1 upon log x. Extending to 0. Any problem in this? You have calculated? This in the same manner, in the same way just solve it. Log, yes, you have to apply log. For powers, we will apply. We have log only, no? For powers, that is also in power to apply log on both sides, and then just check. Is it difficult? I do it on board. You got the answer? Some problem? What? because I took derivative, na? This is basically now 0 when you are putting. So this is log 1 in the numerator. So 0 by 0 form. And after that, if when we apply L'Hopital rule, that rule says that numerator function derivative in the numerator. And log 1 plus x derivative, you know, 1 upon 1 plus x. That is the derivative. Na? Log x derivative is what? 1 upon x. So log 1 plus x derivative is 1 upon 1 plus x. So separately we write numerator derivative in the numerator and denominator derivative in the denominator. Is it okay? Any problems? I think you people are having problem. I do it on board? Okay. I rub it? I thought that it would be simple for you. Okay. Can I know like what problem you are having? Like what basically like still if you are not able to solve questions, like what problem you are having? Ending. Okay. Tell me problem also so that I can have idea na. This is the question. So just let y is this. Okay. Apply log. Then limit. This is basically which form? 0 into this is log infinity. Okay. So no, not 0 by 0 form. So I'll make it 0 by 0 form. This is not 0 by 0. This is 0 into infinity. So I told you now how to make it 0 by 0 form. I'll take, I think it will be fine now if I take this in the numerator, in the denominator. What you will say? I take this in the denominator or I take this in the denominator? I take this function. I think then I think derivative will be difficult. Okay, so I am taking this in the denominator. That will be simple. Otherwise, both ways you can do. There is no problem. But don't make your calculation difficult. Keep it simple. So log, this will be 1 by x. So now infinity by infinity form. Same method we can apply. Same formula L'Hopital. So answer will be 1 plus 1 upon x. So this cancels out. Limit. Actually, this is limit extending to infinity, sorry. That is the problem. This is extending to infinity, na? And I took it 0. So now this is infinity into 0. Same form, no problem, but the limit I was taking wrong. So this is now it is okay. The same derivative, after taking derivative, this was the derivative. There is no problem, derivative will be same. So this will cancel out. So when you are putting this x, putting this x tending to infinity, you are getting 1 only, because 1 upon x will become 0. So so this is limit extending to infinity log y. So when you will remove this log, so finally answer will be, is it okay? So what difficulty you were having, na? Tell me, so that I can understand, na? Which on like where you got like problem? At which step? Here? 0 into infinity? Okay. Now I think all the forms, this form is all okay. This form is okay. This form is okay. This into this is okay. And 1 to the power. This is also okay, na? No problem at all. Now come to this question. This is which form? Cot 0 is how much? This is also indeterminate form. How will solve? Again, log method I'll use, okay, in the same way. Limit, apply log, just consider it as y, and then apply log. Which form you are getting now? Because tell me, cot 0, how much? Not defined. So log of, and this is, so infinity by infinity. Infinity by infinity form. Same formula, take derivative of this, take derivative of this, no other way, quickly. Log x derivative is, this is denominator function, this is numerator function. So derivative of cot x is, solve it and tell me kya, what, like again zero you are getting, or like, just be careful. This will be, I think, is this okay? Minus 1 upon sine square x. Cot will be, yes. So this is minus cosine. I think this is okay, na? It is in the numerator. It was okay. It is in the denominator, na? Which form you are getting? Again, please be careful. I am giving you some hint. Be careful. Yes, that will be 1. 1 will cancel out, and the remaining 1 you can adjust. So it is finally, this x was in x upon sine x minus, so this is 1, so minus 1 you are getting. Is it okay? So answer is how much? So limit, so finally limit x tending to 0 y is, please be careful at this step. Here you people are making mistakes. Is it okay? One more question. Okay, quickly find out now limit of cot x to the power sin x. Quickly. Good question it is. Cot x to the power sin x, limit extending to 0. Question. Okay, again. Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. Tell me your question.
there is a lecture for trigonometric inverse. So trigonometric inverse में अगर इंटरवल चेंज होती है तो नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव में जो नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव जो आती है वो ना मुझे अंडरस्टैंड करने में प्रॉब्लम हो रही है.
Okay.
This is not
Any?
part of this lecture.
Nee, that is okay, but
Saying that this is
can I connect you? You can take my mail ID na.
trigonometric inverse
I think she can take my mail ID so that.
change होती है.
Nee, that is okay because if we are taking inverse, so obviously range and domain all will change. So,
Yes, ma'am.
like your question is what? Inverse functions, na? You are taking.
Okay, so what is your mail ID, ma'am?
Okay. How she'll
You
get
can
it?
please you ma'am, please write it on.
Okay, okay. Seema Thakran.
Ma'am, please write it on the board
SEEMA.
because of your
Don't worry, I'm giving you.
because of the
SEEMA.
connection.
RTHAKRAN.
Ma'am, write it on the board your email ID. Please.
Write it on the board. I'm 1@gmail.com.
Ma'am, your video is cracking. I can't hear you.
I know I'm not speaking na right now. You got it? You can see now. I have sent. Yes, it is correct. I have checked.
मैम आपको तो मेरी email ID पता नहीं है तो मैं आपको कैसे
You will send me your question, whatever your name is. When you will send me question through mail on this email ID, automatically I'll get to know, na? Got the point? You will send me questions, na? I'm not sending you questions.
what? I can't hear you, madam.
Actually, this is a problem. No? Not properly it is working. So got the that limit question? Okay, fine. Oh, yeah. Now I can.